You are welcome back to my channel. The man, Reverend Ezikiel, have released spirits against Gumi to hunt him down. We understand that Gumi made an allegation the other time that Christians in the Middle Belt are burning empty coffee. And this has angered Reverend Ezikiel. Listen to him shortly as we further this conversation from there.
Command the grave by the power of Jesus to release her anger, to hunt down Gumi wherever he is. He will never know peace.
Looking at the wave of renewed hostility against every community in Nigeria, I think this is worrisome, more so as we have seen this recent alarm raised by Gani Adams, the Orani Kakanfo of Yoruba land, over imminent attack on Yoruba communities or states. Just listen to him as we come back to further this conversation.
We are in a situation that our country is in a serious security threat. What is happening in most of the states now call for concern. We got an information on a very serious authority that we have been highly infiltrated in the southwest.
There is already an infiltration.
Infiltration.
By who?
By these terrorists in most of the communities in Yoruba land. You know, Kogi and Kwara, it's just like a buffer zones to southwest. And what they are doing in Kogi and Kwara is just a test of ground to start the major attacks in the southwest. The information in our disposal is that they want to attack Oyo, Ekiti, Ondo, and Lagos State.
Oyo, Ekiti, Ondo, and Lagos State. You have it on good authority.
Yeah, Ondo, Ekiti, and Lagos State.
Who are these people?
Well, those are the people that you are seeing that are attacking various places in Nigeria.
Are they of any particular, tribal extraction?
Well, in some cases you call them bandits. In some cases you call them Fulani headmen. But when you are talking of international terrorist organization, we have ISIS and ISWAP in Nigeria. We have Boko Haram too. And the three name was just a popular name, but different pocket of groups break from those organizations. And I can tell you authoritatively that this thing is being coordinated by some foreigners. It goes beyond Nigerians. And one of the reasons behind this attack is three issues. It's religion motivated, it's economic motivated, and ethnicity is there. And different groups have their own way of target on the basis of their own ideology. When you see the crisis is flowing from the northeast to the northwest, north centers. And I was surprised when I heard the governor of Benue State that there was no Christian genocide in the state yesterday. I was shocked. And the governor was a religion leader before he became a governor of the state. Even we that was not living in Middle Belt, we are being worried, seriously concerned about the incident that is happening in Benue State and Plateau State. And on a daily basis, we got information of attack from different communities. And I don't know how this man want to classify genocide. When a race is attacking other race and try to wipe them out of the system or from the state or community.
From what we are seeing currently, I think everybody should be worried. Because even if it's not yet getting to your community, your state, I want to say that it's a matter of time. It will go round. Hence, it is not addressed. It will go round. That is why all hands must be on deck to condemn it, to synergize with government to deal with it. Whatever role you can play as a person, if it's information that is at your disposal, you give it to government because it is needed to deal with this issue. We need a symbiotic relationship, synergy between the federal government, state governments, local governments, and the locals to deal with all of these issues. We want to say that the issue of Fulani militias, Islamic terrorists, it is a common enemy of every mankind, every peace-loving member of the society, every patriotic Nigerian. I personally support federal government in every of their genuine move to decisively deal with this issue. Because it's an evil wind that blows no one any good. If Fulani nationality movement will come out to say that the whole Nigeria belongs to them, and that the jihad they could not achieve in the past, that this is the right time to achieve it. This came from Saman Otom, of course, a former governor of Benue State. Then he got to show that we should know that we are in for a very big trouble. Because if they could have the effrontery to attack a sitting governor, we should know that we are dealing with a very formidable force. But for me, it beats all imagination where you now currently see a governor coming out to say that there is no genocide in Benue. I don't want to talk about whether Christian or Christian genocide. Genocide in itself. Because once you see total extermination of a race, of a people, that is genocide by our standard. What we saw in Yewata, in Benue State, where communities were raised, over 200 persons disallowed. How best could that be described? It's quite unfortunate that someone like the governor of Benue State, who of course is a Reverend Father himself, will be saying this. And again, in the wake of that Yewata attack, we saw when the President Senator Ahmed Blantu went there to show empathy, that even a monarch who addressed the president on behalf of the people was emphatic that this is genocidal in nature. Even the governor was there that day, but he didn't come out to tell the president that no, it was not. So it beats all imagination why people should be playing politics with this. And if we even look at Benue State, if we even look at Plateau State, in the wake of the killing that happened in Bokos and Basa local government areas of that state, the governor Mufwang was equally emphatic that it was genocidal in nature. But currently, we have not heard him say anything in the recent time. Even someone like Reverend Kuka, who of course is a man of the people, we don't know what is happening. We seldom hear him speak. We must say that I am particularly encouraged with what is coming from Northerners currently, particularly some Northerners who are coming out to realize the enormity of what is happening, who are coming to terms with the reality on ground. Because I will allow you to listen to this Northerner, who of course is a Muslim and even from Fulani extraction, who made it clear that Trump's coming will even help the Muslims. Because it has been proven that the radical sects from Muslim angle who perpetrate this crime equally kill the liberal Muslims. That is why I say that if Nigeria should strategically partner with America, it is going to be a win-win situation for the Christians and the Muslims. Because we have all agreed that banditry is bad, terrorism is bad, Fulani militias are bad, Islamic terrorists are bad. So it doesn't matter who is driving the narrative through religious preaching. The North should be able to know who is their enemy and who is their friend. Your enemy is the one who is killing you through banditry and turning around to create narrative through teachings, through religious teachings. That is your pure enemy. As far as I'm concerned, it makes sense to say whether you are a Christian military, whether you are Islamic military, you are killing people, you should be neutralized. That is my standpoint. If there's anything like Christian military and we have them who are killing people indiscriminately, I think the same measure that should be meted to the Fulani militaries, the Islamic terrorists, should equally be measured, used to deal with them. That is my own standpoint. Because whether we like it or not, the society is already in a very big trouble because of this issue of insecurity occasioned by Fulani militaries. What we started to hear happen in the north is already here with us in the southern part of the country. Of course, that is why I want you to listen to this man who is from the north. Listen to him and get a sense of what is happening in the north.
Yes, there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. If we take a look at what is happening in Plateau State, what is happening in Benue State, Taraba and others. But why the Christian communities or some of the Christians decide to appeal to the United States of America? Because they know they are right. And maybe the involvement of President Trump will help even we Muslims that are not terrorists and that we are against these Fulani herdsmen and what they were doing. Maybe we will get peace in the future. Because we are the most target of terrorists. But we show that those terrorists are still our brothers. This is what most of the Islamic clerics and Islamic scholars here in northern part of Nigeria are saying in their mosques. This is the truth. Even the federal government doesn't have any target, doesn't have any plan till today to fight those Fulani herdsmen. And the action which President Trump you take, this is a great action. This is a great action someone has ever taken against terrorists. Today, if Fulani herdsmen enter into your farm, when you say, hey, why did you enter into my farm? Their response is to weaponize themselves with arms, knife, or even AK-47 attacks and kill you in your own property. This is what they were doing. This is the pact. So what Christians have said, yes, there is Christian genocide. Many Christians have been killed by those Fulani herdsmen. I welcome the United States or America into Nigeria if their goal is to eliminate those terrorist groups, because Nigerian government is not ready to do that. It's not ready. This is the real what is happening. No one has rights in this country than Fulani people. I don't know why. I am their blood. But what is happening is no religion. Islam doesn't have anything to do with those Fulani herdsmen. Any group of terrorism, they will just claim the name of Islam to badname the Islam, to badname the Holy Prophet, and they don't even know how to pray. They were not fasting, but they will say they are Fulani. They are Muslims. So I'm not against President Trump. This is the truth. And I have one advice to the United States government. You have to investigate clearly. There is politicians in the north, Fulani politicians that were linked and connected with those terrorist groups. They are helping them. They are in many ways. In many ways, we see them together. They were negotiating. No one will welcome you to the government house, but you will see a governor welcoming a terrorist group to the government house. And after 3 days, they will start attacking every village, killing innocent lives. Why? We have to stand and speak the truth what is going on. They know they are right. As we Muslims, we don't know our right. If we know our right, we are the first people to stand up against those people and to appeal to everywhere to this in this world that we need help. So let them do it. They have right to do it. We are the people who are supposed to do this. We didn't do it. Many of us looking at those Fulani herdsmen as their own Muslim brothers. They were not. This is the reality. You can assassinate me. You can do whatever you want. If you never stop this, your mentality. Looking at terrorists who's shedding the human blood like mosquito. If you never stop claiming them your own brothers, Islam will never get peace. This is the truth. This is the only truth. In my stage, before Boko Haram start killing everybody, when they start bombing the churches. Most of us people were happy of what they were doing. They are destroying the Christian churches. We are saying yes, they did well. After they finish with the churches, they turn to the mosque, killing thousands and thousands of people. We didn't do anything. We are asking those corrupted leaders to come and fight against terrorists. Will they do that? While they are using those terrorists as the shields, and they were using them in their political system. So if you, the United States, will support to eliminate those Fulani terrorist group, I'm happy with that. And secondly, our main problem in northern Nigeria is Izala. There is one Izala to be the Kamiti Sunnah, an Islamic group. Those people are the first people to preach in the wrong way that make people carrying weapons turned against their brothers until today. And most of them are linked to that terrorist. This is the truth. Before the establishment of Izala, that is, the Christians and Muslims in northern Nigeria, is their relation is like a twins brothers relation. They have to stop. You have to stop this Izala. Rika, Ishia, all of those groups, you have to stop them.
You can understand now that the North are already realizing what is at stake. Because I only have a Northerner who was emphatic that the Sultan of Sokoto should not be the one visiting the president to address that concern. That they should be given opportunity as Hausa people to engage with Mr. President, because they are the ones that are at the receiving end of the activities of the Fulani militias, not the Fulani themselves. As such, the Sultan of Sokoto should not be the one representing them and meeting with the president. So you go to show that people are already realizing what is at stake and the reality on ground. Because as far as I'm concerned, whatever then they go by, whether Fulani militias, whether Islamic terrorists, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and some terrorist group, if you go for that to mention their names, Ada Aleru, Toji Bello and co, they all of them must be dealt with. They must all face the wrath of the sovereign state of Nigeria. Because what they are doing is evil, and we must call it by its name. It doesn't matter the opinion of the likes of Gumi, who have consistently maintained that Nigerian government should not use kinetic approach against them. They must face the full wrath of Nigerian sovereignty. Thank you very much.